Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the October Poetry and a Beverage. My name is Max Heine. I'm with the series committee. We helped put this on tonight. With the help of the Access and Diversity Center, we teamed up with them for this PoBev. So let's give them a big round of applause, all right? They did a good job here tonight. I'm really excited for you all to be here. This is our first indoor PoBev of the year. I just want to let you guys know some ground rules we have for PoBev. So if you've noticed, we've set up the lounges that look really appealing. There's like board games and crayons and like a bunch of food and really nice couches out there. If ever you want to just go hang out and socialize and talk, please go out to the lounges. We love it that you guys are, a fun group, really social group. But we want to try to keep it quiet in here and respectful to the performers, all right? You got that? All right, awesome. So without further ado, let me introduce the MC for tonight. One of my good friends and a member of the series committee, this eccentric young boy, created a Facebook event that was just entitled Lunch with Me. And he's great, he's energetic, and he's gonna MC tonight's PoBev, so give it up for Glenn Peterson.
Thanks, Max. Okay, who is so excited for tonight? Oh my gosh, look at these pumpkins. Huge shout out to my committee. Oh my gosh, I'm so hyped. Without further ado, we're gonna kick it off. We have Cambry and Spencer with a duet, and then we have our diversity VP, Joshua Johnson, with a poem, and then Dashi with some piano. Give it up for Spencer and Cambry.
Can you hear the guitar?
Sweet. Okay. Child, crawling on your knees toward it, making mama so proud, but your voice was too loud. We like to watch you laughing, picking insects off plants, no time to think of consequences. Control yourself, take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Control yourself, take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Water is warm, but it's sending me shivers. A baby is born, crying out for attention. The memories fade, like looking through a fog mirror.
Decisions are made, not thought, but I thought it would mean a lot, I guess not.
Control yourself, take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Control yourself, take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Take only what you need from it. Control yourself. Take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Control yourself. Take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted. Control yourself. Take only what you need from it. A family of trees wanted to be haunted.
Hey guys, so my name is Josh Johnson. I am the Organizations and Diversity VP. I'm very grateful that Max allowed us to team up tonight to be able to have our diversity themed PoBev at the end of Diversity Week. A huge thank you to everyone who came out for Diversity Week. I prepared a poem for tonight. I don't have it memorized, so forgive me. But it talks a bit about intersectionality, my intersectionality specifically, being Mexican American but heavily white presenting. So I hope you enjoy. The poem's called Beige. So, I am beige. Come step into my shoes and better understand the life that I did not choose. A life that at any moment I might just lose. I'm white. No sympathy for me, for I'm not brown enough, you see, because my whiteness privileges what I can be. I am brown. There exists a constant fight. Even as I attempt to explain my plight, pobrecito, they'll say, it must be so dark standing in all that light. Because I am white. I must be both, yet somehow neither, icy cold, yet filled with fire, an impossible dance upon this wire. But at the end of the day, I am beige. The color of my skin hides the twisted truth within, a duplicity that I will never win. And why? Because I am beige. Thank you.
guys hear the piano? Okay. So I'll be singing Can You Feel the Love tonight? And I know a lot of you guys probably know this song, so if you want, please sing along, and hope you like it. Okay. And by the way, this is my first time singing actually with a piano, so if I messed up, I'll probably switch something else. But all right, thank you. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of the rolling world can be turned away. Any sheltered moment, and it sees me through. And it's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this keys and a vagabond. Believe the very best. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough to make peace and a vagabond believe the very best. There's a time for everyone, if they only learn that the twist of the gun is gone, move us on in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors, when the heat, when the hearts of the scarring crossed. Sorry, I can't see it. It's really dark. Let me let me start this line again. When the thank you. That helps. When the heart of the sky crossed for you, beats are in time. Together, let's do it. And can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this keen and a wonderful that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? It is night to rest. It's enough to, sorry. It's enough love for this king. Sorry. Sorry, I don't want to mess this up. Sorry, let me. I'll start at the last part. Can you see the feel the love? Sorry. And can you feel the love tonight? Heart is laid to rest. It's enough to make peace and a vagabond believe the very best. It's enough to make peace and a vagabond believe the very
I am so insanely jealous of all these talents. The only one I have is I can fit about 60-ish grapes in my mouth at one time. I don't have the materials required. I'm sorry, I don't have enough grapes. I only have like 15 in my pocket. All right, our next few talents, we have Atre doing a Bengali poem, we have Christian with another poem, and Kyra with a song, and then we have, oh my gosh, there's all these, we have Joshua with another poem. Let's give it up for Atre.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Atre. I'm from India. I come from a state called West Bengal, which is on the eastern part of India. I'll be reciting a poetry which is in Bengali. That's my mother tongue. So before I start, I just wanted to give you an idea of what this poem is talking about. So this is a description of the rural areas of West Bengal, which is beautiful, with a lot of greeneries and ponds and lakes and all. So here the poet is talking about his wish to be reborn amidst this beauty of Bengal. And he gives a very visual description of the rural Bengal. This is by poet Jibanananda Das. And the name of the poetry is Abar Ashibo Fire, which pretty much means when I return. আবার আসিব ফিরে ধান সিঁড়িটির তীরে এই বাংলায় হয়তো মানুষ নয় হয়তোবা শঙ্খচিল শালিকের বেশে হয়তো ভোরের কাক হয়ে এই কার্তিকের নবান্নের দেশে কুয়াশার বুকে ভেসে একদিন আসিব এ কাঁঠাল ছায়ায় সারা দিন কেটে যাবে কলমির গন্ধ ভরা জলে ভেসে ভেসে আবার আসিব আমি বাংলার নদী মাঠ ক্ষেত ভালোবেসে জলঙ্গির ঢেউয়ে ভেজা বাংলার এই সবুজ করুণ ডাঙায় হয়তো দেখিবে চেয়ে সুদর্শন উড়িতেছে সন্ধ্যার বাতাসে হয়তো শুনিবে এক লক্ষ্মী পেঁচা ডাকিতেছে শিমুলের ডালে হয়তো খইয়ের ধান ছড়াতেছে শিশু এক উঠোনের ঘাসে রূপসার ঘোলা জলে হয়তো কিশোর এক সাদা ছেঁড়া পালে ডিঙা বায় রাঙা মেঘ সাঁতরায় অন্ধকারে আসিতেছে নীরে দেখিবে ধবল বক আমারেই পাবে তুমি ইহাদের ভিড়ে Thank you very much.
Hi. So, I'm going to be reading some poetry. So, I'm going to be reading a few. I got this idea as it's therapeutic for me, because if you've ever seen the movie Collateral Beauty with Will Smith, it's a really beautiful movie, and in it he writes letters to abstractions, love, death, and time. And I thought that was really therapeutic, so I created a series called the Abstraction Series. And these are all really sad, but I'm fine, just preface. So here we go. Dear forgiveness, you clear the sins of forgotten lives left behind a blanket of lies woven by people with something to hide. You clear the conscience of open-minded darkness to bring the light back to sinner's mind. So why is it you can't clear mine? Dear life, you go hand in hand with death to each of your victims. People call you a gift, yet I see this as a death sentence that has yet to be carried out. You create only to destroy, as if we are a game during an endless open season. We wish for death, but almost no one asks for life. Death is a blessing because it's an end to the suffering you've created and an answer to those who seek to find it. Dear death, your name is cold yet beautiful. You take what was never meant to be yours, and you do it without hesitation and with such grace. It's as if you're playing a game with pain, agony, and fear. To take the things we love is to share your gift of grief. You allow us to realize the true and pure grace you have to offer, but why take me now? Dear time, as I say your name, I'm reminded of the fear associated with your endless and lonely sentence. You give life its meaning and death its beauty, but you take away all the special moments for yourself. Life seems endless but fleeting. It's as if you only disappear when we need you the most. People call this the present because it's a gift. I don't want this gift anymore. Dear depression, you kill more than you know, myself included. I wish you could understand how badly I don't want you here. You're the reason I hate to look in the mirror. You're the reason I try so hard. You bring the most pain I've ever felt. You're the driving force that drowns me in a sea of thoughts and confusion that causes me to spiral out of control, taking me deeper and deeper into yourself. You're consuming everything I am. I can't handle anymore. Get out of my head. You're killing me, and I can't do anything about it. I had no idea how much power you had until I lost the one thing I needed. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name's Cairo. You can see my mom paid a lot of people to be here tonight. Oh, okay. Well, so for this PoBev, I was asked to highlight my experience as a Black woman, but rather than do that, I feel that I would like to bring awareness to something that not a lot of us know is going on. So I'm going to perform a song for you. Now I heard there was a You say I took the name in vain. I don't even know the name, but really, if I did, well, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter what you've heard. It's a holy or a broken hallelujah. 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 I did my best, it wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. And though the truth, I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. 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 Thank you.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Thank you. Yeah, my name's Joe Quillen. I like poetry and I like you guys. Let me just adjust this a little so I don't get distracted while I'm going. I thought about it actually. This is called 2 of 8. I'm gonna read you a love letter. Not a cute one though, I'm gonna do you one better. Featuring a reflection that shook my feathers, cause life changes like the weather, cause it's patterns and cycles, whether you dig it or not. Like how your grave is coming, whether you dig it or not. Cause our days be running out, whether you spit it or not. And I realize time is short, so I'm looking at plans and I'm thinking abort. See, my dad is dying. It's the one thing keeps me crying, cause I know he's trying to hide his weakness, but I know he's lying. It's a story I'm not buying, but instead I'm buying for his time and attention, begging God to grant an extension, but this reaper's been cinching up his noose for a lynching of my dad, who used to be a starter, but now coach is benching him, and I know it's heart-wrenching to him, and it hurts my heart mentioning him. See, my father is Vader, and I'm Luke, because he's more machine now than man. I'm impatient and conceited, and my training was latent and conceited at certain points because my pops was missing. Don't worry, I ain't dissing him. He did his best to give us the world, and it kept spinning and twirled while time took its toll and steadily made him old. I'm the youngest of 7, the last of my parents' fold, and it seems as I grow, I get more and more cold, but the one thing I want to hold on to is my parents and all that they've told.
Dad couldn't go to college, and he started as an alcoholic who never claimed to be flawless. And for my pa, that's amazing because he came from nothing, then found a way to give me something. He grew up always working. Our Jen grew up often twerking. Meanwhile, his ailment's been quietly lurking in his bones and his nervous system. Less of a surface condition, but a slow and creeping assault that will never halt till he's 6 feet under asphalt. And I'm left with salt in my attitude, because every memory of him will exude a sad and morbid mood as I aspire to be half the man he is, or twice the man I am. See, growing up, I always had food, even if he was away for days, because providing can be a feud, as he found ways in his employment solitude to make a living, even if it meant giving his prime up and his health before his time's up for something less than wealth. He could have been a deadbeat slime, but this dad of mine loved us more than I'm able to accurately describe with my English degree, paid for with insane tuition and fees. And though my padre couldn't save more for my education, he speaks with elation about his son's success. And though there's no financial succession in this family, as shown by 4 grandparents whose deaths only left depression and ma and pop's expressions, we've avoided regression. And I know I'm digressing from the points, but it's hard to have discretion when I'm compressing these fears and repressing these tears of expression that might make an impression. But suppression gives me hope that I can impress them with my strength, because that's a possession I've been possessing, because I inherited an aggression I thought was my dad's transgression, but was just his learned lesson from poverty, making too many concessions. So now I can keep pressing through my bouts of depression, because this broken old man is my role model and my sole Aristotle, because he's not learned, but through his lows and his highs, it shows he's wise. And I'm grateful he would agonize over his kids and chastise as seemed fit and advise as seemed needed. I grew up thinking he was some immortalized man, but I got older and it humanized the man that seemed so strong for so long. Then I realized he was just doing his best to improvise. And Pops, I apologize for my disguise as I hid stuff from you guys, because I failed to realize all along you was my allies. And I still agonize as time moves clockwise. Honestly, I'm surprised how fast life flies, and you can think and analyze how to maximize our time, because every choice comes at a price. But I'm just grateful I recognize that you and Ma are my greatest prize. I continue to strategize, trying to synchronize my plans with yours. But compromise can just paralyze my drives, and I don't want to jeopardize my creative enterprise, because I got to put in every hour and every dollar I got to capitalize on this writing exercise that I've long romanticized in my mind's eye, so I can actualize my goals and synthesize life's tolls on us mortals before it's time to eulogize y'all and more memorialize the best people I know that I idolize. If only I could vocalize an accurate reprise that summarized and simultaneously testifies of my love for you, I'd publicize it. But sooner or later, our bodies, they euthanize it, and you'll leave me all alone, ostracized in our own home. But before then, please memorize this to your dome with all it implies. I love you, Mom and Dad, well beyond the day each of you dies. Thank you.
Man, oh man, wowzer McGowzer. My man came up here all shy, and then he just killed it. Woo! It's got me excited. Doesn't end here. Y'all see that? That was spooky. All right, next up, we got Shetta Maldivi with a song, and we have my man Michael with a very, very spooky horror story, and then my man Joe Busby, King of USU, doing a poem. Finally got my man Lewin doing a song. Thank you guys. Give it up for Shetta Maldivi.
Hi everyone, how's it going? Uh, well, I'm Chatumadhavi and I'm from Sri Lanka. And I'm gonna sing a song in my native language, which is Sinhalese. And I hope you love it. Okay. සිහිනෙන්නුවත් නෑමාදුටුවේ මාගේ දිවියේ අන්ධකාරේ ඔබගේ සෙනෙහෙන් ආදරයේ අර්ථය ලැබුවේ නෑමා කිසිදා හිරුවග බැලුවේ පැතුමන් අඳුරේ සිරවූයේ ඔබගේ ආදරයේ නාමෙන් සිදු ළඟ දැනුවේ කඳුලැල් දිය දහරා නෙතඟින් නොකෙඩී ගලා ගියේ මා තනි වී සිසිරෙන් මුවා වූ වසන්තේ උදා වූ ලෙසේ චන්ද්‍රයන් පිදූ කිරණක් සඟවාලා හොරෙන් වන්නවත් කළේ මාගේ දිවියේ ඔබේ නාමෙන් වැගිරුවේ කඳුලැල් බිඳුවිය කීසෙමෙන් ඔබගෙන ආසෙනෙහස මුදු පවනේ රැඳි සිසිලක් ලෙසින් සිසිලක් ලෙසින් සිසිලක් ලෙසින් ඔබ මාහද පුබුදු කළේ වසන්තයයි මාගේ දෙතොලේ සිහිවන්නේ ඔබේ මුව හමුවේ කැළඹීලා සැමදා ඔබගේ කැලුමන් අතරේ අප නෙත් ගැටෙන මොහොතේ ඔබ මා සතුවේ රහසේ හැඟේ සිතේ නිසංසලේ රඟදෙයි ඔබ දෙසනා වදනන් යහනේ තනි වී චන්ද්‍රයන් පිදූ කිරණක් සඟවාලා හොරෙන් වන්නවත් කළේ මාගේ දිවියේ ඔබේ නාමෙන් වැගිරුවේ කඳුලැල් බිඳුවිය කීසෙමෙන් ඔබගෙන ආසෙනෙහස මුදු පවනේ රැඳි සිසිලක් ලෙසින් සිසිලක් ලෙසින් සිසිලක් ලෙසින් ඔබ මාහද පුබුදු කළේ චන්ද්‍රයන් පිදූ කිරණක් සඟවාලා හොරෙන් වන්නවත් කළේ මාගේ දිවියේ ඔබේ නාමෙන් වැගිරුවේ කඳුලැල් බිඳුවිය කීසෙමෙන් ඔබගෙන ආසේ හස මුදු පවනේ රැඳි සිසිලක් ලෙසින් සිසිලක් ලෙසින් ඔබ මාහද පුබුදු කළේ Thank you.
This good? I think that's good. All right. All right. I know these things are the kind of a social event where you just kind of half pay attention and make chit chat with your friends, but I need everyone's eyes to stare at me while I read, or else this story won't work. And the kind of story I have for you is it's a spooky story. I like to think it's a scary story of a bit of a different kind, but I promise if you listen to me, you will walk out of here with a different perspective of everyone around you. So just watch me and listen up, all right? It's a collaborative process. It's been about half a year since I performed at one of these. Last time I was up here, I was so manic that honestly, I didn't even feel like it was me who was up here. Everyone said I did a good job, but I don't know if I can believe them because I'm not even sure it really happened. And that feeling of not existing is something I've dwelt with a lot. Most of the time I don't actually feel like I exist, but I've always thought there's a darker reason deeper down for why I feel this way. And after reflecting upon it for months, I think I can do my best to explain why. People always flee to the horrors of fiction because it's a shelter to the real horrors of the deranged reality around them. Sometimes weird, abstract stories are the best way to communicate the surreality of your mind, and that's what I'm trying to do for all of you. The truth is, I'm another one of those pathetic individuals who struggles to speak directly from their head and struggles a bit less word in the story. That's why I made this one. There was a girl. I think her name was Amy, but whatever she preferred to be called never really mattered. All that mattered is the sad slob she's melted into. Most people, when looking at her, would create the assumption that being a mess is all she really is. She just sits there and traps her little self in her little room, hiding underneath various blankets on her bed, keeping the blinds of her windows down so no one can see how she hasn't changed from her pajamas in 3 days. All she does is lie in pitch blackness to make sure she can never be seen in her own reflection. The only thing visible is her blinding white light of her laptop, showing pictures and pictures of fashion models. The way they are portrayed always seems fake to her, because throughout all her years as a model herself, she has never felt as happy as how they look in the photos. They always seem to have plastic smiles, but in reality, she knows that she's just projecting all of her self-pity and insecurities onto them. Of course, she knows they're not perfect. Anyone who's not an idiot knows that there's no one such thing as a perfect person. What she hates is that the pictures are all that were there. All her life, she's been judged on her looks. That's how she's always been valued. And no matter how much she wished people cared for herself as a deeper individual, well, the magic mirror hasn't responded. I don't know why I did that, sorry. Some people desire her kind of life unknowing of the deeper terror that comes from objectification. No one really cares about who she is, what her interests are, the things she aspires to do and aspires to be. Her ex-boyfriend made a very specific point to tell her that he only dated her because she was hot. And you might be thinking at this point that this is some generic story of the struggles of women who are treated like objects. But to all of you, look at me. I want to ask you a question. What happens when an object wants to be humanized again? And the thing that none of you understand is how objects are manufactured. This story is just trying the best to explain it to you. Through what must be the logical manifestation of inspiration, she actually decides she's going to do something different that day. She slammed her laptop closed and threw off her sheets, tossing the used tissues and empty ice cream tubs on the ground. The dark room spontaneously lit up, and the mirror across from her pulled itself towards her to reveal her reflection. Ugly is what she would have normally thought about her makeupless face, but this time something else is in the mirror. It's a person. And from seeing this, it occurred to her that she's capable of creating something different about this person. She reached out to touch the cold glass covering her reflection, and the mirror started to melt and wrap around her fingers like the grip from a tar pit. But this wasn't going to stop her. She ripped her arm from the grasp of the mirror, which then liquefied into a human figurine on the ground. She launched up and raced to her bedroom door. Once opened, she sees a door-sized mirror directly across from her, showing her figure in full form, but all she could focus on was the white of her eyes. Breaking from her own gaze, she looked around this room and saw it was carefully sculpted from some strange warm and pink material. To her left were hundreds of chairs filled with silhouettes of people, and to her right was a red velvet carpet that led up to a throne in which her ex-boyfriend sat. She marched up to him, refusing to bow, and told him everything. She declared how she's more than just her looks and won't be condemned by his judgments anymore. She's a complex individual who is not some sniveling but attractive, insecure thing that he thinks she is. She told him how she's leaving the modeling business and is going to follow her interest and heart in human psychology. She exclaimed how she's got it all figured out and how powerful of a person she is. The crowd of people behind her sat still in their seats and stared at her blankly. Apparently her speech didn't have much an effect on the spectators. Her ex stared at her indifferently. He shrugged his shoulders and muttered, "There's always the naive types that think they can escape, aren't there?" As his eyes rolled in his sockets, the door-sized mirror behind her melted to the ground like molten plastic, revealing a chamber behind it. The girl feigned bravado and entered the hidden door and found two giant, round, protruding eyeballs staring directly at her. The unmoving gaze of these eyes froze and unnerved her, but she still had some strength to fight back as she drove her fist into one of the pupils. The pupil swallowed her arm and then grew in size, sucking her whole body into it like the inescapable black hole it is. Her vision was gone in the darkness. Her hope started to get lost in this void as she was completely disoriented. She covered her eyes to stop them from quivering from her increasing self-doubt. But when she uncovered them again, she found she was in a lit-up room, a hexagonal pyramid with every single surface covered with mirrors. Slow at first, she turned her head around and saw herself, then turned her head again and saw herself again. And she kept repeating and repeating, moving her head faster and faster, only to see her reflection an infinite amount of times from every angle possible. No matter where her eyes moved, she would always see her own gaze. The room's air started to feel distorted in a way that sucked the mood out of her body. She moved her hand across her face to swipe off a drop of nervous sweat trailing down her forehead. But before she did so, she noticed something. Something was different. Her face looked better, like in an objective, prettier way. She had improved complexion, her hair was done nice, her lashes were curled, and her lips teamed red from the lipstick she usually wore during model shoots. It was like she was created directly from Photoshop. She went to go grab her face again from panic, but when she tried to quickly swing her arms directly up, they wouldn't budge. Her elbows were stuck at an angle, but before she could dwell further on this realization, terror started to solidify in her arteries. She moved her fixed arm up so that the back of her hands could rub her face in a desperate attempt to calm herself. Plastic. She didn't feel skin, she felt plastic, cheap plastic. But her skin didn't just feel like cheap plastic, it was cheap plastic. Her eyes grew duller and duller in the reflection, going increasingly lifeless like doll's eyes. Heart pulsing, shaking arms, teeth clenched. She tried to scream. She tried to scream harder than any person has ever tried to scream since mankind was first conceived. But her mouth was plastified shut, and with it her scream of terror only echoed inside her mind. Losing the ability to keep herself up, she tipped to the side, still in a stiff, upright position. And there she saw in the infinite glass reflections of herself was the pretty little thing she fought so hard to not turn into. All she wanted to do now was cry. But no one thinks a doll should have functioning tear ducts. I don't know if the idea of this story got across to anyone here, but the fact that it might not have is probably the scariest part about the whole thing. There are objects that exist within our head that aren't human. They are synthesized every time we open our mouths trying to speak about who we are and what we feel, but the terrifying reality is we exist on the other side of a filter. All we are abstract consciousnesses in our head who desperately want to escape the skull prison they are in. It's why we crave affection so. The closer we get to each other, the more we get trapped in the illusion of believing we can actually be understood. But what are we really in each other's heads? Who am I to all of you? I wonder how I exist in other people's thoughts, but the real horror is that as each of you look up to me here, you will be coming up with ideas and mold them into a little figure. Every single one of you will have a different me from all the things you might reflect on. There could be an object of me who's weird, smart, scary, cute, boring, pretentious, stupid, maybe a bit overly dark, but there's nothing in anyone's head that can ever actually be a perfect model. And no matter how well you get to know me, it's no use. And I'm not saying this from some angsty, no one understands me kind of phrase, but because the conscious entity that dwells within my skull is trapped and can only be projected in pieces via flawed methods of physical action, fleshy tongue, or implicit meaning of written word. And even though I've attempted to do all these things within my story, all they leave is grotesque manifestations of me in your head that desperately want to be full and connect back to the pieces of the lonely thing in my mind. Here's it blunt. No matter what form of communication you choose to express yourself in, not all of you makes it out. Isolation next to death and misery is one of the only truths about being alive. There's a reason I wanted you all to look at me. The thing I'm most terrified of is your eyes. I guess it's not hard to see why I'd rather live in a world through a means of depersonalization, like holding a blanket over my head, screaming, "This isn't happening," like some naive child trying to hide from the dark room. But here I am. I hate looking at my reflection because every time I do, I'm forced to remember about the thing that masquerades as me past your eyes. And all that's left of this shell of clothes is filled with brewing anxiety and panic that liquefies into tears whenever I see the mirror in public restrooms, how I should objectively look to you. And I need to clarify that I don't give a damn about how I look. I don't give a damn about how I appear. The nightmare is the fact that I have to appear at all. Why I expose myself to these types of situations like right now probably stems from an insecurity of wanting people to reach into my head and shovel out as much as the weird putty that dwells within. I think that's the true purpose of all these words, a desperate attempt to help my lonely mind that can never have another mind reach inside its skull and simply acknowledge its existence in full. And now you have to understand what your eyes have done to me. But here's the real takeaway for all of you. There's horrible dolls in our heads that we created in the likeness of everyone we see. But no matter how much we want to change this, the only power we have is to objectify others. Thank you.
Hello, hello, hello. Man, is that a handsome individual? I'm just saying. Good. Oh, and they shut me off like that. Oh, you're gonna do me like that? That's okay. I don't mind. Hi, everybody. My name is Joe Busby. I got here. Thank you for that one clap. I enjoy it. I just drove back from Farmington, and I got here like 5 minutes ago. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna keep it chill, keep it real, and catch some feels. So let's do it. I just so happen to put words to rhythm. It's not really poetry in my mind, but let's do it. Hey, I'm not the all-seeing eye that's going to be telling you how to be using them. I'm just a student, scholar, citizen concerned that we're losing them. Boys and girls brought to the dirt too soon. They could barely make a move as the chamber cocked back, boom. Followed by 7 extra shots, the clattering didn't stop. My biggest worry one day is that I'll be the parent dropped down to his knees who decided to pray. Pray that the student who brought that gun into my child's school will miss every shot intended to hurt, kill, or wound. I'll marry an amazing woman and have a family that's flourishing, thriving, and free of famine. And one day a student with a future so bright but consumed by an internal issue they can't fight will go get a gun and enter my daughter's 9th grade class, pistol whip the teacher clear off the counter and watch the glass smash, and look up towards my daughter to give her the hope that she has a last chance, but no. The next thing that comes out is a news report with a death count that's so high it puts a hole in your heart and a tear in your eye. You watch as kids get to live a life that yours couldn't, because we couldn't better regulate who should get a gun and who shouldn't. But this issue and debate about gun control is more than you think. It started before students even knew how to walk, run, or even blink. It's the climate that we set about how students should handle emotions. Don't be sad, don't feel that way. Hold your negative emotions up inside you until finally those emotions burst with a trigger, hoping that this will make whatever is occurring in their lives all feel better. Yes, I believe there's an issue for how easy it is for someone to get a gun. And I'm not a person who's super excited to know that kids might have to hide behind doors, dive under tables, and gather all their energy in order to run. Run from the bullets being sprayed by their classmates, but in the eyes of the shooter, this is the only other way for them to rid themselves of the bullies in their high school that make them feel like their parents' mistakes. Strange perspective may be, but why not offer programs and workshops in schools that teach children how to better cope with negative emotions before names are plastered on tombstones and people arrive in order to give their parting words at funeral homes? If we see that there's a recurring theme with guns, why not increase training and regulations before someone can acquire one? Why not have seminars and designated people in schools that students can go to before grabbing a gun is the resolution to their problems? If I'm ahead of my time or before the industrialized, I might be, but I'd rather be out here demanding a change than warm in a home sipping hot chocolate and settling for daffodils on a grave. Thank you.
Okay. My name's Lewin. This is a song called Call It Off by queer icons Tegan and Sarah. Happy Diversity Week. Let's get this bread. All right. I won't regret saying this thing that I'm saying. Is it better than keeping my mouth shut? That goes without saying. Call, break it off. Call, break my own heart. Maybe I would have been something you'd be good at. Maybe you would have been something I'd be good at. But now we'll never know. I won't be sad, but in case I'll go there every day to make myself feel bad. There's a chance I'll start to wonder if this was the thing to do. I won't be out long, but I still think it's better if you take your time coming over here. I think that's for the best. Call, break it off. Call, break my own heart. Maybe I would have been something you'd be good at. Maybe you would have been something I'd be good at. But now we'll never know. I won't be sad, but in case I'll go there every day. I'll make myself feel bad. There's a chance I'll start to wonder if this was a thing to do. I'll start to wonder if this was a thing to do.
I'm really digging this. This is my first time being a part of this committee. It's been so much fun to just be part of this and let it all unravel. Thank you, man in the crowd. A couple things, guys. When we have our performers up here, please keep the volume to minimum. You're free to snap during poems. It's very fun. Just go. Thank you. And then also, we have a whole bakery of pumpkin bread out there. Please go get some. I can't take it home. I can't. Anyway, Next up, we have two homegrown bands. We have Letters to Nobody, and we have my man Cody and Kevin, both singing some songs. And then got all the way from Puerto Rico, we got my man Jose. Let's give it Letters to Nobody, guys.
Check. Hey. All right, guys. We are a band from Logan called Letters to Nobody. My name is Carter.
And I'm Jordan. And the song we're going to be playing for y'all tonight it's called Paralyzed. I wrote this song, something like a year ago about this girl I had a class with that I had a crush on. So hope you guys like it. I quietly say hi, you just keep walking by. I try to stop you, but the words choke in my throat. I'd like to get to know you, but I probably won't. All the words I wish I'd say are in this song that I wrote. I think you're beautiful. I love your eyes. Every time I look at you, it takes me by surprise. I'd like to think we could be together if I just speak up. Got all these songs in my heart, but my mouth stays shut. 'Cause darling, you've got me. Oh baby, you've got me paralyzed. I need to get over this mess in my head. Get up and get on with my life. But my thoughts keep coming back to you instead. No matter how hard I fight, I think you're beautiful. I love your eyes. Every time I look at you, it still takes me by surprise. I like to think we could be together if I just speak up. Got all these songs in my heart, but my mouth stays shut. 'Cause darling, you've got me. Oh baby, you've got me paralyzed. And I know you'll never hear this song, but I like to think that if you did, you'd sing along. I think you're beautiful. I love your eyes. Every time I look at you, it takes me by surprise. I like to think we could be together if I just speak up. Got all these songs in my heart, but my mouth stays shut. 'Cause darling, you've got me. Oh baby, you've got me paralyzed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, our mics are on.
Hello.
I'm Cody.
I'm Kevin.
We're roommates, and this is fun to do. I don't know if you know that. We were gonna do a song that we wrote about our roommates, but they couldn't make it, so we decided to do a cover of Ed Sheeran, which is just as good, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, I hope you guys like it.
You are the one, girl, and you know that it's true. Feeling younger every time that I'm alone with you. We were sitting in a parked car, stealing kisses in a front yard. We got questions we shouldn't have asked, but how would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. Taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. So tell me that you love me too. In the summer, as the lilacs bloom, love flows deeper than a river every moment that I spend with you. We were sat upon our best friend's roof. I had both of my arms around you, watching the sunrise replace the moon. But how would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. Taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. me that you love me too. Ooh. We were sitting in a parked car, stealing kisses in a front yard. We got questions we shouldn't have asked, but how would you feel if I told you I loved you? It's just something that I want to do. Taking my time, spending my life, falling deeper in love with you. So tell me that you love me too. Ooh. So tell me that you love me too. Tell me that you love me too. Ooh.
Yeah. Let me introduce myself to you people. My name is Jose Alexander Brito. I just came all the way from Puerto Rico. I came here to Logan and USU right before the start of the semester, and I just got in love with all the USU family and this university. And I also do R&B and pop artists from Puerto Rico, and I would like to show you one of my new EP songs hits that I'm gonna be dropping. Brito, pensaste que por ti yo iba a esperar y que al pasar el tiempo no te iba a olvidar. No pienses que mensaje te voy a contestar, tampoco que esta noche a tu casa ya no estoy para ti, ya no estoy para ti. Tú vives creyendo que aún yo pienso en ti, hay otra puesta para mí, hay otra puesta para mí, Ya no estoy para ti, ya no estoy para ti. Tú vives creyendo que aún yo pienso en ti. Hay otra puesta para mí, hay otra puesta para mí, This is in Spanish, though. Ya no estoy para ti. Tú vives creyendo que aún yo pienso en ti. Hay otra puesta para mí, y hay otra puesta para mí. Pensaste que era lindo y tú solo me causas dolor. Tú me enfriabas y yo me quemaba. Pero en vez de ganarlas con las ganas, por la vida entera, te haré con cualquiera. Vuela y te espera. no eres sincera. This is how we drop. Cansado de esperar por algo que nunca pasará, te aborrezco como a la Navidad. Como yo a ti te amará, el tiempo pasará y te arrepentirás. Ya no estoy para ti, ya no estoy para ti. Tú vives creyendo que aún yo pienso en ti. Hay otra puesta para mí, yeah. Y hay otra puesta para mí, yeah. Conmigo nunca fuiste sincera y por eso fue que quedaste afuera. De todas las bebecitas que yo tenía en mi lista, fuiste la que quedó en lista de espera. Y es que ya no pienso esperar más por ti, porque tú sabes que todo lo yo te lo ti. Y ahora otras que ya se mueren por mí y que me entretienen. Ya yo no pienso en ti porque no me conviene. Y es que mami me sobran los billetes de 100, pero en verdad sabes que de ella yo soy su nene. Y es que volver contigo no se puede, y en verdad ya otra me entretiene. La Polaroid es la que ya se viene, y yo ya no estoy pa' ti, ya no estoy pa' ti. Nunca tú me hiciste a mí, es que ya no estoy pa' ti, yeah. Es que ya no estoy pa' ti, yeah. Ya no estoy pa' ti, ya no estoy pa' ti. Tú vives creyendo que aún yo pienso en ti. Hay otra puerta pa' mí, yeah. Y hay otra puerta pa' mí, yeah. Thank you people for USU, I love you all.
That was so sick. I was over there jamming in the corner. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Anyways, guys, next up, we have Ivy, who's singing. We have my girl Alexis Cooper, Miss USU. Oh yeah, she's doing a poem. And we have Mandy singing, and we also have Tate doing a poem. Let's give her Ivy.
Hey, you guys. That's horrible. Okay. Hello. I sign up for this like every time, but I always don't know why, because I want to die. Oh, thanks. Okay, I'm just gonna go. Sorry. Okay. Something always brings me back to you. It never takes too long. No matter what I say or do, I still feel you here till the moment I'm gone. You love me without touch. You keep me without chains. I never wanted anything so much than to drown in your love, and I feel your rain. Set me free, leave me be. I don't wanna fall another moment into your gravity.
am I? I am the first black girl you have ever taken on a date. Who am I? I'm the girl whose white mother gets asked, oh, is she from your husband's previous marriage? Or when did you get her? Who am I? I am the girl that you would never tell your parents about because they'd be so mad at you if they found out you were dating a black girl. I am the girl that will never tell you how much your words have bothered me because I didn't want to inconvenience you with my sensitivity. To retrain your mind is not my responsibility. The smoke bomb words you so carelessly tossed leave me dazed and confused and lost. Lost in the words I wanted to say and in the message you did not receive. You know, I was afraid to talk to you at first because you had long braids in your hair. You know the type of people that get those braids and you know what they do. So tell me, what is that phrase? Because I am the girl with long braids in my hair, so what do I do? Who am I to you? Let me tell you who I am because my diversity is more than a destiny. I am more than a contrary color. I am the girl that has played piano for over 13 years, the girl who danced her senior solo for drill without shedding one tear. I'm the girl running from orchestra rehearsal to soccer practice, the girl leading sorority meetings and, catch this, palpating pregnant cows. I'm the new RA in Snow Hall. I am the undergraduate researcher. I am that girl with those braids in her hair, and those are the things that I do. We can't let ignorance lead us down a path where we don't realize our mind is trapped in the boxes and check marks that this world has made us attach to each gender and skin tone. People are like presents, and when you are gifted a present, you don't stop at the wrapper. You rip deeper and deeper till you find the green pastures of who someone really is. Because there's more to us than what is shown, more to us than what is known by a passerby or in a passing high. Let's rewind and retype the script of how you choose to perceive their life. You are more than your stereotype. I am me. Who are you? You are more than just black. You're more than white. You're more than gay or straight, Mormon, Catholic, Latino, Asian, Polynesian, rich or poor. You are so much more. Our campus needs to fight. Fight the labels, fight the boxes, fight the ignorance and the judgmental preconceived notions. Who you truly are is not only what you see, so who am I, Utah State? I am me. Thank you.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, okay. Hi. I don't know who you are. I can't see your face. I wouldn't be able to see your face if it was light either because I'm blind. Anyways, I'm not actually blind. This is an original song. I wrote it 2 days ago. Please don't judge me.
Laughing smiles and subtle glances, that was you.
lights and colors, secret stories that you knew. I held the looks, the memories, everything you took from me. How could I have seen what you would do? Hopeless heart that kept on beating, you were there. Hidden hope and hate and hurting when I knew you wouldn't care. I wish that I could blame it on you. It would be so easy just to say that you were trying to fall through. But my heart was made for hurting, holding on to things that bind me, loving what just can't return me everything I give. I was made for songs and pining, got a broken soul inside me. Honey, I was like this from the start, with my imperfected heart. I can still remember how you looked at me. I can hear your voice, your silence, when I try to dream. I try to find a remedy, but still behind obscurity is everything that still won't let me be. And a quiet cry that reaches to eternity. But my heart was made for hurting, holding on to things that burn me, loving what just can't return me everything I give. I was made for songs and pining, got a broken soul inside me. Honey, I was like this from the start, with my imperfected heart. I can't see the end, nothing to defend. Wish I didn't feel so all alone. But my heart was made for hurting, holding on to things that burn me, loving what just can't return me everything I give. I was made for songs and pining, got a broken soul inside me. Honey, I was like this from the start, with my imperfected heart, with my imperfected heart. Yeah.
Oh no, I think, okay, do I start? Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Tay, she, her pronouns, and fun story, I had my poem planned out when I signed up for this like 3 weeks ago, and then yesterday at about 8 p.m. I thought, let's write a new one for tomorrow. So that's why I have it on my phone. It's not memorized, and I might stumble, so I'm sorry. I'm also more nervous than I thought I would be, so sorry about that too. Okay. Things I tell my younger self. 1, your family's church is like a hand-me-down dress. You wear it because it makes you feel like you're a part of something, and because you feel a little like you have to. But the material is paper thin, and the sleeves tear when you try to lift your arms, and the collar is just a little too tight around your neck, and you don't even really like dresses that much. And just because you chose to put it on doesn't mean you would have chosen to buy it if they had taken you to the store and asked what you wanted. 2. The path you choose to travel is going to have do not enter signs staked at every step, guarded by people with good intentions but bad misunderstandings. And the guilt you'll feel each time your feet touch ground will make you believe that you're walking on coals instead of soil. But soon enough, your feet will become calloused, and the words will give you power, and the pain will start to feel a little less like burning and more like healing. 3. By the way, you're gay. 4, seriously, like really, really, really gay. 5, when you finally discover the words that are painted the same color as your heart, they're gonna crackle on the tip of your tongue like pop rocks, new and tingly and wonderful. And when you put them on, you're gonna want to never, ever take them off. But don't forget that labels are for comfort, not for validity. And no matter how cute and small and simple you look in them, you are just as beautiful in your bare skin. 6, the world is huge, and you will never manage to hold it in the palms of your hands or even in the space between your shoulder blades. So don't be discouraged when you realize a flag is not always a cape, and you can't save everyone. 7, I know you've always seen love as something for other people. You think you're a subscription service too expensive to buy, a rainstorm too cold to run through, a girl too confused and fragile and distant to love. But then someone with stars on her face and in her eyes is going to slip it into your hands, and then you wonder how you never knew sooner. Never knew that love has a soft voice and a sharp mind, that it trembles just like you do, that it is love, is love, is love, is love, is love. 8, you're going to feel heartbreak, too, not long before you write this very letter, and I know you barely believe you can even feel heartbreak, much less recover from it. But don't forget that songs and puppies can heal everything. And for what they can't, your friends will be there to push your chest in and out until your lungs and your heart learn to open again. 9, be loud. Your voice isn't just noise, it's power. And there are too many queer people, too many disabled people, too many people of color, too many mentally ill people, too many poor people, too many immigrants, too many Muslims, too many women, too many people who have been stripped of that power for you to add yourself to the mix. 10, your queerness isn't measured in how much you've suffered. I know the media paints it as either a disease or a tragedy, but pacing your sister's room instead of your own in the hope that the memory of your parents outing you wouldn't crowd the bed where you tossed and turned every night didn't make you visible, it made you sick. And flooding your lungs with shame when your friend told you he was getting kicked out for being gay because you felt guilty that you hadn't gone through it too only proves that you've believed too long that queer people are stars, not because we shine in the darkness, but because we are most beautiful when we're burning. 11, you are not broken for not wanting sex. It is them who are broken, the ones who claim you're just blossoming late or you just haven't found the right person yet. The ones who say asexuals are real, but they're just too different to be in our community. As if people like Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera fought like hell only for queers who are willing to jump into the melting pot and let their identities burn off with their skin just like the rest of us. You are not broken, you are a kaleidoscope. And those shards you pricked your hands trying to gather don't have to fit together in order to be beautiful. 12, you are loved so fucking much. Your family loves you, and they will even when you put your hand-me-downs back in the closet where you used to be and start wearing clothes of your own. Your friends love you, and not just because they've had you for so long, the return policy has finally expired, but because you are bright and colorful and kind and loving. Your community loves you, and not just because you're gay, although that is definitely a perk. And someday, some of the time at least, you are going to love you. And if that isn't the strongest act of defiance again you are ever going to do, I don't know what is. Thank you.
Ugh. Man, it's been a night, guys. There's two jerkers going on. End things off, guys. Next up, we have Cora, and we have Scotty doing poetry, and then Hannah with another song. And to finish that off, we have Austin, and we have Victoria doing poetry. Let's go for Cora, guys.
It's brighter than I thought it was. Okay, I look cute. We're good. Okay, let's hope my phone doesn't die. I'm at 7%. So I just want to say to say that suicide is a real problem, and if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. I am 8 months clean self-harm, so yeah. This is about my ex, and it's called Flashlights Are Stupid. I thought you had shown me the light in my darkness. I thought it was a forever light that would never fade. I've learned it's not forever. I've been thinking about our relationship. I thought maybe your candle had burned out and I should light it again. But it was a flashlight. Trying so hard to light something that could never light, pointless. And this is your choice. You choose when you want the light and when you don't. If you don't feel like the light, you simply click off your flashlight, not changing your own, but changing mine. I just want a break. Making my life cold and dark. I sit alone. When you turn on your flashlight, it changes. It feels warm and bright. I feel so happy. Click. You turn it off again, making my life miserable and lonely. I can't see your face. I can't see my finger in front of me. All I can see are shiny, tiny blades calling my name again, urging me to take them back, telling me that they would bring me lightness. No. You bring me light, and I will wait until we're both happy. I can't wait. I can't sit in the dark forever. The flashlight in my dark hole would help if you would just keep it on. You held me back. You held me back from being able to grow and love myself. Your constant words only brought me down. I started to tear myself apart when you left, exposing myself to everyone, cutting, constantly ruining myself, keeping my emotions inside. Then hearing after 3 months, you didn't even love me anymore because I'm mean. We were together for over a year and a half. I'm just mean. I believed you were madly in love with me, and it turns out you were lying. After something like this, you doubt everything. You doubt your love for things and people's love for you. Are any of my friends actually real? And people get mad at you for doubting, but they don't know your history. I dig myself into that hole deeper and deeper. A year with you gone, and I am so much better. I love who I am. I learned to love me, but I still have those thoughts of hurting myself. I see things in myself I never thought I could. I brush away my thoughts of cutting because I am so much stronger than that. I am amazing. I am beautiful, and I do not love cats too much. I am happy with who I am. Thank you for leaving me, and a big fuck you for making me ever second guess myself. Thank you.
Hi, hi. Not a lot of you left. That's nice. Calms my nerves. I wrote this first poem for a class assignment in spring, so it's the first poem I ever wrote, and then I wrote 2 subsequent poems on that same vein. So here you go. They're all about boys that I've interacted with in the last year. Okay. Also, quick plug before I begin. The musical Xanadu is currently going on in the Chase Fine Arts Center. Free tickets to students all next week, and I'm in it, so thank you. Okay, let's get into this. The thought of kissing you. The thought of kissing you burns me inside. My cheeks get beet red and there's nowhere to hide. I look at your pink lips and I realize, fuck, that'll never happen. We sit side by side, knees starting to slide together, but never to touch. I touch your shoulder, but never too much. Too much would give it away. Hold it, the touch, for a moment and then say, let go. He doesn't want to be touched by you, at least not tonight. Well, then again, maybe so. Well, last Thursday, a few weeks ago, he touched my forearm, and boy, did that glow hot. For just a minute, I thought, this was on purpose. This was for me. He turned around and he touched my forearm for me. He really likes me, and soon we'll be together forever in G. He let go. The touch was too short. The touch didn't matter. Our eyes didn't meet. The illusion was shattered. But I'm getting distracted. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The thought of kissing you fills me with fire. It bursts up, it burns out, it twists it, it's dire. It scorches my back ribs, my nose tips, my eyelids, my... Your lips are so supple, you don't even know. Your lips are like large, luscious illusions of love. Your lips too tender, your tongue too tempestuous to touch, and yet not. I'll never get close. I just have to stick with the thought of kissing you. Because you don't know. You don't know what you do to me. I will kill to kiss you, kinda. I'll kill for anything. A Snapchat, a snapback, a text, a thought of me, of what you mean to me and what it might mean to be with you. But I just have to stick with the thought of kissing you, keeping your strong arms around me. Makes me warm all day. First one. Okay. The thought of kissing him. The thought of kissing him. The thought of kissing him. Why do I come up blank? We sit side by side, knees starting to slide apart. I don't want to touch. He touches my shoulder. I tell him, too much. Too much. I need to get away. Fuck. That's not something you say. When did this happen? Where did we go? It seems like I learned something I don't want to know. I look into his eyes, but there's nothing to show. Look at me. Look at me. Blank again. The thought of kissing him. Why do I cringe? The thought of kissing him, it seems to infringe upon all my ideals of love. There is something that's wrong. There is something that's gone. I need to move on. I need to escape. But how? How do I tell him he makes me feel less? How do I tell him he failed to rise to the test? How do I tell him I don't want to be kissed by you? I don't want to be held. Let go. Let go. I don't want to be kissed by him. Not tonight. Because I can't even entertain the thought of kissing him. I feel nothing. Last one. This one's happier. The thought of you kissing me. The thought of you kissing me. The thought of you, I'll start there. The thought of your lips, your eyes, your shaggy hair, your hands that press against my chest, it just isn't fair. I'm going to leave this one open. This poem is free. This poem is a marker for things that could be. I don't want to put your traits in a box. I don't want to define how I feel or my thoughts. I just want to be held by you. Whatever happens next, whatever you do, I'm here. So let's make something new. Let's make something fun. Let's make something free. Let's make something, I don't care. I'm too excited. I haven't smiled like this in months. So I want you to know, wherever this goes, I enjoyed every moment. I cherish this moment because moment to moment I stay focused because the moment may be minute, but damn, that moment was mine. There are nights when I walk home in awe at how wonderful everything seems to be. Just makes me wish I hadn't led you to believe that I didn't want to sleep over. Shooting stars and fall breezes. Let's do this. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, Aggies. Okay, so what we're about to do is, okay,
I can talk while she's reassembling her violin. So we showed up like 2 hours ago to, originally we were gonna play Let It Be, but then we found out we were going at 10:45, so we're like, hey, let's just write a song since we have 2 hours. So you're about to witness the world premiere of an unnamed song. If you have any good ideas for the title, hit us up afterwards.
yeah, really grateful for you going on this dramatic adventure with us. Yeah. Will this fire ever really die? Even when we've said goodbye, I doused it with what I thought was water. But the flames rose up and just got hotter. Amber to ash, the embers burn cold. Gone, extinguished, dark, behold. The darkness illuminates, that light truly counts. The fire wasn't meant to go out. I fled the warmth to a cold abyss, to start again, to forget this. I threw the remnants inside of the flame, burned through my heart and left it made. The solitude is haunting, the thoughts are daunting, the smoke lingers flaunting, taunting with wanting. The solitude is haunting, the thoughts are daunting, the smoke lingers flaunting, taunting with wanting, wanting only the warmth to hold. Embers to ash, the embers burn cold. Gone, extinguished, dark, behold. The darkness illuminates, that light truly counts. The fire wasn't meant to go out. The darkness illuminates, that light truly counts. The fire wasn't meant to go out.
what to say? So, before I begin, I just want to let everybody know I do YouTube. I've been doing that for about a year now. So if you like any of this stuff, then go on and check out my channel. It's called Euphoric Intentions. Before I get into each of my pieces, and I don't want to call it poetry, I want to call it spoken word, because I think a lot of people hold this word poetry to where it means that it has to rhyme. Well, a lot of my stuff, I feel like it rhymes, but not with, I guess, sound. It's more so with meaning. So my first piece is called Escaping from Reason. And I wrote this piece because I feel like reason is a prison to a certain extent, where everything has to entail reason. And all of our actions are guided by this thought of rationale. And it really leads us into this cage of being unable to truly express ourselves beyond reason. So escaping from reason. Realize first that you are there for a reason. Then realize the potential problem presented in using reason to reason your way out. What's then reason but understanding of structure, form, and function, each chasing the other's tail? Reason then with reason to provide a reason to get out of it. With no reason, feel free to find yourself where reason isn't, all within reason. So I try to tie it in there at the end, kind of with the beginning, where it's like, even though you're doing things that are not reasonable, it's all within reason. So it kind of like messes with itself a little bit there. And I'm not necessarily expecting clapping. These are supposed to be more so thought-provoking. So this one's called Too Early, Too Late, Right on Time. And I wrote this one, kind of has to do with creating something organically. I feel like a lot of people that have a lot of, let's say, money, they can make something, but to a certain extent, making something without all of the resources allows you to make something that the people with money can't even make, and why would they make it anyways, right? So being in this situation allows you to make something that people with something can't even have. Less is more when those with more can't accomplish what those with less do. Sticking upon a reinforcement of position, only reinforced because of a lack, not found with more. Too early, too late, right on time. All right, so my last one, we're getting in deeper here, and it's called Nothing's Not Good. Now, I heard one of my fellow philosophy classmates up here, his name's Michael. He did a wonderful job, and our professor is all about St. Augustine and Thomas Aquinas and Virgil. And anyways, this one's kind of spawned from reading St. Augustine, and he's gonna get pissed at me, my professor, if you heard this, because he says Augustine. And anyways, I don't like that pronunciation, but it's called Nothing's Not Good. What's good, but what is? For what's in good? When good is, our understanding of it is based upon the association that gives good meaning. This means that within the concept of good is bad for it to be. So then what's bad? If bad then, like good, holds the other being good. Each word on paper, when exposed to water, bleeding out across the page, its makeup. Within heaven, the shadow of hell, the altitude of each word, only reinforced by the depth of the crack contrasted within the ink. The greater the word, the greater what's it's not. So it can be great. Great things then themselves are horrible things, and vice versa. Nothing's not good, even nothing, for it lets us know what is. Anyways, thanks everybody.
Hey, you guys, I'm really nervous and I'm freaking excited. I've never actually been to a PoBev before. I'm a freshman here and I'm sort of sick, so I sound really gross, but that's okay. I have two poems tonight, and the first one, they're both really heartfelt. I wrote them a few years ago. I think it was in 10th grade, and they were really important. So the first one is called Whenever. Whenever you need a shoulder to lean on, I will be there. Whenever you have a tear to shed, I will bring a tissue. Whenever you feel like you're going to fall, I will catch you. But right now, I need a shoulder to lean on. Right now, I need a tissue to dry my tears. And right now, I am falling. Whenever I'm stumbling, will you be there? Okay, I know that one's really short, but I really like it. And then my second one, thank you. My second one is called My Dearest Loving Friend. And this one's really important because I had a friend whose father died a few years ago, and I wrote it specifically for him because I feel like he was having a really hard time, and I'm really bad at speaking, public speaking, but I'm good at writing down poems, so it took me a long time to write this one. To see you in another world, to think I can, to know I will, a world that holds the greatest memories of laughing, loving, and of you, my dearest, kindest friend. I understand why you would leave this chaos and confusion. You are happier without doubt and without the darkness to hold you back from where you want to be. But one thing, the only thing that only I would question, why did you not take me with you to save me from a loss? To keep me from this empty space where treasures used to be? You know I'll try to do my best to live my life without you, but I'll be the best or try my hardest to be happy for you. You watch me from upstairs, you hear, I know that you can hear me. You'll understand my problems and you'll let your spirit follow me, protect me, and help others as I go along my way. Right? I'll promise that I'll not forget you. I'll keep you in my heart. Your soul will live forever and bring us all together to sing a happy tune. You know that we all love you and are happy for you now. We all care for you, know this, and loved it when you smiled each day. We hope that you enjoy it, that glorious place called heaven, and we want you to know this, that we still love you each day. Thank you.
It's been a good night, y'all. I am a happy panda, I'll tell you. Thank you so much for coming, guys. It's been an amazing night. Thank you to all our performers. Give one more round of applause while they're here. Thank you. If you have time, please help us clean up. There's many a chair in here, so if you grab one or two on your way out, I really appreciate that. If it grabs home, watch out for bears. There's rampant this time of year. Yeah, have a good night, guys.